Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Ethereum. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Waves theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one counter over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on 30-minute time frame, and we have only two possibilities at the moment here on more local time frame. Both of them are saying that we had a 5-wave structure here. On this scenario, we have this as an A wave, then through a pullback for that wave B, and another 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that third, fourth and fifth. This would be creating this higher time frame ABC complete, and now we would be turning our heads towards downside again. This would fit into the idea that we had here, not this one, where we had this higher time frame structure as a W, X, Y, X, Z. Again, I'm not quite sure if I like this more or this other structure where we had this as an ABC coming down into a W, another ABC coming up, and then looking for that downside. I'm not quite sure which one of these I like, but for this scenario, I don't think the C wave is done as of yet. So let's check out that C wave here. Again, this should be 1 degree smaller than I have currently labeled, so it fits into that idea where we have this as that higher time frame expanded structure here. So in this one, I've labeled this as a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into third, fourth and fifth of this sub-micro, creating that third of micro started from here. Then we would be looking for a pullback back towards the base channel that we have again pivoted from 0 to 2 to 1, and having this as that base channel where generally wave 4s like to come back to. This is definitely a possibility where we had these lows previously made, and that's why we have the ABC structure there as well as a possibility, because again this fits very well into that idea as well. But again, we are here again consolidating around this same base channel that we have established earlier on. Now let's check out this smaller time frame and see where we are actually landing at. So in here, I've labeled this as a contracting diagonal into a wave A, through a pullback here into B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that C wave, creating a higher time frame wave W. Then some kind of 3-way structure as for that A wave. Not quite sure how I want to be labeling this. This is most likely some kind of complex combination here for that A wave, and then very similar structure for this structure over here, where this would be a separate structure. This would be the first structure, and connector would be here in the middle, connecting these structures together, something like this. And then again, as this was a 3-way structure, or I guess we could be labeling it as 5-way structure with as a WXYZ, so triple correction, then wave B down here, and then we would have this very swift structure that we had on during the FOMC yesterday as a C wave. It would fit very, very nicely here as that expanded structure, getting us to these extended targets that we had. That's not the right one. Try that again. There we go, 1.382. So that would again give us the confidence of saying that we could be looking into this as a W and X wave. X wave just because again we did not retrace enough for this structure to be a flat. So we just retraced the golden pocket, another area of interest there. So after that point, we would be looking for that wave Y to complete the wave 4. And at the moment, we have already possibly done that. However, with the look in mind, it was a very bad look. So this structure was measured to be down here at the 38.2, which would be the most used retracement for a wave 4. So again, $1,500. And what else did we have there as a target? A target for this W, X, and Y. Well, 1-to-1 extension, pretty much the main target there. So both of them are lying down here. So it is very possible that this whole thing is finished here. Let's check out this in smaller time frame to see what kind of structure we actually got from the highs. Again, this is very out of proportion in time section, or comparing the time to the previous moves. However, if we are again, before we get into the structure itself, let's check out the volume here. We can see that we had massive amounts of volume here, again due to FOMC mostly, and yeah, the sheer panic that people had when we are coming down, going up, coming down. And yeah, it definitely first taking out the lows here, then going up, taking out the previous highs, and then coming down, taking out all the lows that again, and now headed up a bit. But yeah, definitely a lot of things you could be trading here if you were taking trades. But yeah, let's check out the smaller time frame here before we end this. So in here, again, we are within a very weird looking structure. All of this is basically overlapping. These highs are overlapping with these lows. These lows are overlapping with these highs. These lows are overlapping with these highs. This is generally telling us that this is some kind of a combination correction, or a correction itself, or that this is some kind of expanding diagonal structure. At the moment, I do feel like this has the best fit at the moment of any structure, and after that I feel like we could be having this as a three-way structure, some kind of structure upwards and another structure downwards. So this first correction or connector wave structure, and then another three-way structure coming down, so some kind of WXY. I do feel like that is fitting a bit better than the idea where we would have to be saying that we have this as a some kind of extending or expanding diagonal. Again, those are very much more rare than WXYs, so that's why I do favor it. Is of course possible that this is just the beginning of the wave Y, which would fit the idea a bit more, because again, this is just so sharp and short in time. So if we are comparing the wave W in time to that wave Y that we would be possibly getting here, 1-to-1 would be around 4th of November, sorry. And again, for that, if this indeed was that leading diagonal, would fit the idea that we would be creating some kind of a connector wave structure here before coming back down. Again, at this moment, we are all agreeing that wave 4 should not come past, at least not close, any significant candles below these lows that we have here around 1443. That is around, again, the same 0.5 retracement that we are looking at. Also 1.382 of this WXY is lying around here as well, at the same heights or same areas. So that is definitely an area of interest. Let's check out actually the volume profile before we go. And also what we see is, of course, that volume is dropping off because we had this insufficiency area here. So this is most likely going to be filled at some point, but to me, I feel like we are still needing that one more leg up. Otherwise, I feel like this whole structure was an ABC, very extended one, however, did not get to the 2.618, so it is still fine. But yeah, I feel like that is still highest probability that we are going to get some kind of boost up here, taking out these highs and hopefully get these into a 5-way structure upwards, so we can actually end this whole count, and then we would be coming down. Well, I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover on ETH at this very moment. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below, and for now I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.